Honestly, mate, I'm just sick and tired of holding myself to such a high standard. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up of wanting everything to be perfect. And the reason for this is because it literally prevents me from starting in the first place. And this happens with everything that I do in my life. And it's probably the worst habit that I actually have as part of myself, and I'm really coming to terms with that now, and I think it's something I really need to change. And I also believe that if you're watching this, you're probably the same, right? What's the main reason for why you haven't gone to boxing training yet? Why haven't you started going to the gym yet? Why haven't you started taking it seriously yet? Maybe it's because you feel like you need to be a certain person before you can walk into that boxing gym. Maybe you need to be fitter. Maybe you need to be in better shape. Maybe, you don't deserve to walk into the boxing gym. Maybe you're not mentally prepared. Maybe you think one day you will be, and that's when you'll take action, when you feel like you're ready. But that all comes under this bracket of like perfectionism, which is the reason for why you end up not doing anything and not taking action, because you want everything to be perfect. And this has been a real big issue in my life, honestly, and it's taken me this many years to realize it. Like, I thought I knew it before, but now I absolutely know it. Like, for example, for the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking, I really want to put out a video. I really want to talk about habits and how important they are, right? Which is, of course, what this video is about, the habit of perfectionism and the art of letting go. And, I've been thinking, I have to have the perfect title, I have to have the perfect SEO, the perfect hook, everything has to be perfect. I have to cut it up into the editing program and make sure it's edited to perfection. And this whole kind of bullshit in my head has pretty much stopped me from making a video, because I've set it up to be this, real high power, this real important thing that if I don't do it perfectly, it's not worth having, it's not worth putting it out there. And that is what stopped me from taking action. And, in the past, this has also stopped me from going to boxing. In the example I just gave you, I used to think that I needed to be a certain level of fitness. I needed to have a certain level of fitness before I showed up to boxing. Maybe I needed to be in perfect shape, or, anything like that. And honestly, mate, like, it's just, I'm sick of it. And I think you should be too. Because honestly, when you don't at least do the bare minimum, that's when you start to feel anxiety, right? Because you're not taking any action. So you're not doing anything. You're not even doing the bare minimum. You're not even showing up. That's when you start to feel anxious. That's when you start to have doubts in yourself. That's when you start to think negatively. It's because you're not even taking action. And I'm telling you, like, as soon as you take that first step and you just, you do the bare minimum, right? When you do the fucking bare minimum, you always feel relief after it. When you first walk into that boxing club, you'll be like, holy shit, that wasn't so bad. And you'll get an amazing feeling from it, because you did something that you were putting off for so long, and you'll notice your anxiety clears. I mean, as I'm fucking speaking into this camera right now, I'm literally feeling my anxiety and kind of overwhelming sensation that I was feeling before recording this video starting to go. And it's because I'm taking action on it. So I think what I really want you to take away from this video is to just stop holding yourself to this high standard. Stop wanting everything to be perfect before you take action, right? Before you start that thing that you've always wanted to start, right? And I know that you have that. I know you have something in your head that you want to start, but maybe you're too scared of starting. Maybe you feel like you're not ready. Just take the first step. Seriously, just take the first step and work it out along the way, because there are going to be so many things that you learn as part of that process. It's going to take you a long time, man. Okay? And that's fine. Things do take a long time, but just take that first step, because honestly, it's right. That's just unnecessary. Did it need to do that? I don't think it did. Excuse me while I just turn off my phone and mute it. That's just annoying because it's just ruined my flow, but never mind. The point is, once, I don't stick to my good habits, if I don't stick to them, if I don't stick to what I know is inherently good for me, that's when my anxiety rises. That's when these doubts come through. That's when this negative feeling comes through. So yeah, I hope you can take something from that. And I really hope that a message that you receive from this video is that just literally, mate, take that first step and stop overthinking how perfect it needs to be, because it doesn't need to be perfect, right? Good is arguably better than perfect, because perfect never achieved anyway, so it's just kind of pointless. But yeah, that's the premise of this video. And I actually am at the moment trying my absolute best. Like, I've been spending months and months doing this, trying to learn about habits and how to actually build better ones and stop bad habits and prevent them as much as I can. And I'm not gonna lie, I've learned quite a bit, and I really want to help other people to do the same thing. And I'm being completely honest here, just because I'm learning about all that stuff, and I've been doing it for months and months, maybe even years. I still do bad habits sometimes, and that's just a part of being human. That's okay. But I feel like I know quite a lot about this, and I would really love to, I want to help you do the same thing, and I want you to feel better about yourself because of the habits that you do on a daily basis. And at the end of the day, if you're someone that feels like you resonate with that, and you actually know that there's truth in what I'm saying, to the point where you know how important habits are for you, because they are, mate. Like, they are the absolute foundation of everything that you do. And I feel like it's completely overlooked in this kind of like self-improvement world. Habits are the kind of core foundational bricks to a house, right? Without having good habits set in place, you're not going to be able to sustain anything. You're not going to be able to sustain going to the gym, which is inevitably like the stupidest thing. It's not going to give you any gains whatsoever if you can't stay consistent, right? And if you want to build a business, you need to have solid habits. If you want to, not be in a depressed state and an anxious state, then you need to know how to stop doing the bad habits that are causing you that kind of sensation. And it sounds easier said than done, but it isn't, right? Because that's why you're watching this video, and that's why I struggle with it sometimes. But as I said, I'm here to help you do that, as I'm currently helping myself as much as I can. And I have a little something actually that you can get from my description, and it's a self-accountability tool, and I've been using this for quite a while now, and it's just something that really helps me to stay on track and just keeps me disciplined, and it allows me to relieve like any kind of anxiety that I feel, because I know that I'm doing the good habits as frequently as possible without holding myself to this perfect standard, which is extremely important. And I'm also preventing myself from consistently doing the bad habits over and over again. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Believe you can, and you're more than halfway there. And I'll see you later, mate.